Shalom, Israel. It's your boy New Breed coming through with another live stream. Y'all pound that like button on your way in. Trust no one and move in silence. You know what them scriptures tell you? Move wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. That means if you intelligent, you ain't got much to say until you yelling checkmate. If you wise out here, you know that the ones that are often close to you are going to be the main culprit when it comes to sabotage in your life of any sort. It's always going to be those the closest to you. So when I say trust no one, move in silence, I don't mean be a recluse and don't build with people at all and don't have people that you interact with. That's not what I mean. But what I mean is you only can trust people with certain information, and your discernment has to be top notch. Especially in these last days, your discernment got to be on point. Do you understand what I'm saying? Certain people cannot be trusted with certain information. Certain people can't even trust themselves with certain information because they know that they will take advantage of a situation. And it's often like that. And you can trust people to be exactly who they are. Do you hear what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? You can trust people to be exactly who they are. If you pay attention to people, they show you their patterns. They show you who they are. They show you how they move. A lot of y'all see those devil horns come out and you don't want to believe it. Nah, you don't want to accept what you're dealing with. And quite often, we go back and forth with ourselves and put ourselves in situations. Yeah, we do it. We put ourselves in situations. Because we don't go with that little gut feeling and we don't go with that impulse that the Creator gives us when we know we must break that spirit of emotionalism and do what's necessary, do what's logical, do what's in the spirit of reason. Man, in this day and age, you got a lot to look out for. You know what the old saying goes, y'all. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. Right now, we in desperate times. Austerity measures in the United States. When it comes to these major cities, it's about to be hell on earth, man. Everybody on demon time, now the devil's gonna show up in a city near you. Oh, the devil's gonna show up. I know a lot of y'all heard about that initiative plan. They're calling it the safety initiative plan that they just passed in Chicago. That's going to be legitimized January the 1st, 2023, where pretty much all anarchy is going to be on the table. Chaos is going to break loose because they're not going to be arresting people for crimes such as burglary, intimidation to a person or a police officer, kidnapping, involuntary manslaughter. I mean, the list goes on and on. And you're gonna truly, now wrap your mind around this. You're gonna truly see what people's intentions really are. You're gonna see what's really inside people. You're gonna see what they really made of. You're gonna see if those people around you in those streets, could you really trust them when there's no repercussions for actions? Could you really trust them? Here we have it. PNB Rock was just taken out. And you got a lot of people speaking in regards to what happened. Nobody is 100% sure of what took place. But from my experience in life, I know that a lot of times when something like that happens, something that treacherous takes place, there's always somebody that's closest to that person that made that happen, one way or another, whether it's involuntary or whether it was purposeful. And one thing a lot of you brothers got to understand is the woman that you choose to have on your side, the woman that you choose to have on your side can cost you your life. The person that you choose to be with can cost you your life. Whether it's purposeful or that person being negligent. Do you understand? And you had Cardi B and Nicki Minaj speak out in defense of PNB Rock's baby's mama, or child's mother, for lack of better terms. And I'm gonna just put this out here. I don't take these modern women serious. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj have no place speaking in regards to anything and coming to anybody's defense when they've led an entire generation of young ladies to set men up through their demonic, satanic witch music. Them witches can rot in hell, far as I'm concerned. I don't care what they talking about. I think Cardi B's comment was, people not really checking for your baby mama's Instagram if they are op. Just to show you how stupid some of these people are. Not understanding that, listen, we in a civil war in these states. Not understanding that the ops are always lurking and watching. You think they're not going to be looking at the baby mama's Instagram when it comes to locations? If they want to get somebody, you got to be foolish out of your scalp. How can these women be a part of the beast and not understand the beast? They don't even understand the nature of the beast. They don't get that everybody's watching. That's why you move in silence. That's why you don't drop locations. That's why you don't go in places rocking $300,000 worth of jewelry and letting it be known where you at. What woman in her right mind, knowing her man got on $300,000 worth of jewelry, post their location while they in the hood of South Los Angeles? Make that make sense to me. Not to mention a lot of these damn record labels have insurance policies on these artists. But they got to get to you some way, one way or another. And guess how they going to get to you? The person closest to you. Use common sense. They're going to get to you using a person that's closest to you. It's always going to be that person. Empire Records got a whole slew of rappers dead because of that life insurance policy. And listen, let me tell you like this. That's on a grand scale. That's what they doing in the industry. But guess what? Some of y'all's baby mamas, they plot, they planning, they strategize. And I'm not saying PNB's baby mama did anything. We don't know the situation. But if I'm going to teach my people, I'm going to tell them to look out for who they deal with. And I've heard on multiple accounts that it was alleged that he tried to take her Instagram several times and warned her about dropping that location. You can't tell me a woman is that vain, that want to be seen that much, ain't used to going somewhere that much, that the whole social media got to know where the hell you at all given times. Move in silence and trust no one. I don't care who it is. There's some conniving people out here. There's some people who plot, plan, and strategize on your life on a daily basis, and you may not even know these people exist. That's why as men out here, we got to be disciplined and move wise, man. Let me see. Somebody just sent a $10 contribution. Ja Son of Yah says, move in silence. You right. A lot of brothers want to be seen, not knowing the Most High sees us all the time. 100. He's seen and approved by him over anyone. Absolutely. And thanks, True Love, for the $10 contribution. She says, Shalom, King New Breed. Thank you, sister, for your continued support. And that's real talk, Ja Son of Yah. And here's the thing. There's a reason why the scriptures tell you to be happy with food, clothes, shelter, and raiment. Therewith be content. Be content with having food, clothes, shelter, and raiment. because that's all you need. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing else actually matters. You got to get to the point as a man where you grow detached from material possessions altogether. Nothing else should matter but you having food, clothes, shelter, and raiment. Nothing else actually matters, ladies and gentlemen. Everything else is a blessing. Everything else is just extra. Matter of fact, having your own pad and being able to lay your head down, that's a blessing. But anything else, that's extra. That's extra. And people get beside themselves showing off. A lot of brothers dictate their masculinity and their manhood based on what they have. Based on what they have. That's why the scriptures tell you, don't store your riches in earthly things, where moths can corrupt, where thieves can break in and take. Don't store up all your earthly riches into things that don't really matter. And you know, all these brothers out here with this flex culture, being braggadocious out here, telling the world what they got. I'm gonna tell you what that is. Thanks for the $10 contribution. Says, I just got fired from one job and already getting calls from another. Praise the Most High. See? Real talk. I had my vehicle break down yesterday. You know what? I got another one that same day. Now, I ain't gonna stunt on y'all and tell y'all what kind of vehicle or none of that. There ain't nobody gonna know what I'm driving. Doesn't matter. But the point is, the Most High replaced it. It went out. It was done. I rode that. Let me tell you something. I rode that old school until the wheels fell off, because I'm an old soul and I don't care about being seen. I don't care about being seen. I don't care about being flashy. I rode that old school until the wheels fell off. You hear me? Because it doesn't matter what you driving. What matters is it gets you from point A to point B. And you know, a lot of brothers, man, they put their stock in what they own, what they have, and all of these kind of things, and it really doesn't matter. I'm gonna tell you like this. The reason why a lot of brothers have something to prove, the reason why a lot of brothers want to tell you what they got going on, showing their chain off, showing this off, showing that off, you know, showing where they living, going into their closet, showing what kind of clothes they got. Let me tell you why. It's because you're insecure. You're an insecure, small, miniature little man. And you're overcompensating for something that you're lacking spiritually. You're lacking something spiritually. You're deficient. You're trying to fulfill a void by validation, the pride of life, earthly things. And a lot of these industry plants, that's all they have, because guess what? Their souls is gone. All these damn Illuminati puppet rappers, that's all they got is things. They don't have nothing else to them. There's nothing else to them. And you know what the crazy part is? When you behind them walls, right? When you locked up 23 and 1, here's the crazy part. Food, clothes, shelter, and raiment becomes a blessing. The simple things become a blessing. Forks, spoons, toothbrush, a bowl, noodles, all these things become the biggest thing in the world. That become the biggest thing in the world. Why? Why? Because when you was on the outside, you was taking the small things for granted. They tell you that the best things in life are free. Having sunshine, being able to go outside when you want, and let that vitamin D hit your skin and not be locked up. Those are small things, and those are free things. So we need to start being more grateful for what we have. There's brothers behind the wall who grateful for what they got. They're grateful for their 3 hots in a cot, and you got these bammers running around trying to show off all the damn time. Move in silence, because the streets is thirsty. Now you got these damn laws being passed where it ain't no police coming. Let me tell you something. A lot of the crime that happen in these major cities, they go unsolved anyway. Somebody got mad at me because I said we don't need police anyway. Yeah, I said that because the police don't do a damn thing. That's why I said it. Never in the history of niggerdom did the police stop a crime from happening. These police are there to draw up the chalk and write up paperwork. They don't give a damn about what's going on in the hood. And when that initiative, what they calling a Safety Act passes, you're going to find out how much they don't give a damn. Them cops don't get paid enough. They don't get paid enough to govern you Negroes. They want to see if the programming that happened in Chicago is going to work. They want to see if pushing all that drill music and lowering the frequency, they want to find out if that's going to work. Yo, Matthew, thanks for the $9 contribution. Says, God using you greatly. Appreciate all you do for the people of Yah. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Now you got to move silent. Now you can't trust a lot of these individuals out there, especially these honey traps, man. The honey traps are loose. And now that PNB Rock, he passed on, guess what? The baby mama gains hundreds and thousands of subscribers, followers. Listen to me. She gains hundreds and thousands of followers. We don't know what kind of policies was on that man. And if she's innocent, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not saying she's guilty or innocent. But what I'm saying is you always got to watch the person closest to you. And a lot of the times when a person get taken out like that, you got to look at the one who stands to gain the most. Because the modern woman these days don't care about having a father there to support the children. They care about that bag. I'm talking about the modern woman, the Jezebel. They don't care about having a father in the picture. They would take a baby daddy out in a heartbeat to get to the bag. And now you got Nicki Minaj and Cardi B defending her. That right there to me shows me how deep the rabbit hole goes. When these witches come out of no damn where and they defending them. Oh, that shows me how deep the rabbit hole goes. When your music is about destroying men and empowering the woman. Y'all got to be kidding me. These women out here, these honey traps are replacing you, brothers. They taking you out, they taking all your resources and they replacing you. They becoming desperate as hell out here. That's why I'm telling you, brothers, to get some D-control and do what you got to do out here. Stay focused on your goals. Don't worry about these brides. You're going to lose your life chasing big titties and ass, man. You're going to lose your life doing that in this day and age. Now, I'm not saying you can't have women in your circle that you talking to and dealing with. No, I'm not saying that at all. And I'm not telling you to be paranoid out here. But your discernment got to be top notch. Top of the line, man. Real talk. Yep. Somebody said blank them out and get some money. Right. And then while you getting the money, don't tell nobody. And stop telling people your moves. Stop telling people what you got planned. Because the most intelligent people got the biggest plans. But they're not gonna speak out those plans. They're gonna just manifest them. The wisest people, the chosen ones, the elected, God's spiritual beings, those who've been tried like gold through the furnace. They're not going to, listen, we can't keep giving out our plans because you got opposition out here. 2/3 of our people are our enemy. 2/3 of our people. It ain't the white man, it ain't the KKK. No, it's our own people. Listen, the scriptures say your enemies would be they of thy own household. They talking about mother, father, sister, brother, cousin. Those will be your immediate enemy. The Bible prophesied the time that we living in right now. It prophesied that we would have a time where men and women would be divided. Women would have hatred for men. Men would have hatred for women. The scriptures prophesied that we would be living in a time where your sister would cut throat you. Your brother would cut your throat you. The one that called you, listen, snakes don't hiss no more. It's the ones that call you boo, bae, and bro. Those are the ones who the snakes. And some of y'all need to cut the damn grass so you can see them. They hissing, they slithering, man. Trust no one. And what I mean by that is stop telling everybody what you got planned, because you got people who do dark prayers on everything you got in your mind to try to manifest, they got dark prayers on it, and they looking to sabotage it. Everybody's not happy for where you going or what you doing. They're just not. There's a lot of jealous ass people out here who don't want to see you fly. They don't want to see you, listen, they don't want to see you elevate. For real. And everybody hit that like button. Yeah, somebody said, where's the lie? 100. I ain't lied to y'all yet. Somebody said, facts. When people show you their true colors, believe them. Real talk. Somebody said, I learned true strength this year beyond the physical and mental. Real talk. Somebody said these rappers spread the wrong message to the youth. Yeah, and that's why they getting taken out. Listen, God's judgment is here on this earth, man. We can't just stick our head in the sand and act like these damn rappers ain't leading countless souls to hell. We ain't gonna do that. And now you got these women rappers paying attention to content creators and what content creators is saying. Paying attention to how people view the news on what their opinions are. All of a sudden, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B is defending this woman. That screams foul play to me. If it didn't scream foul play, now I see that, you know, the industry be on some real wicked stuff. Let me tell you something. The industry is satanic. They sacrifice individuals. They sacrifice these rappers. You can't tell me that you got all these artists. It's like 8 to 10 artists on Empire Records that's dying. And then the numerology to their death be just out of this world, mind-boggling. You can't tell me all these people ain't dying and ain't some type of ritual going on with these damn rappers, bruh. J Proof, thank you for the $10 contributions at Hebrews 12 and 11. For the moment of discipline seems painful rather than pleasant, but later it yields the peaceful truth of righteousness to those who have been trained by it. Woo, that's powerful. Exactly. And it may seem tough. It may be a lot of temptation that come your way. And it may be a lot of situations and scenarios that you face. You may even backpedal. You may even slip, but don't fall. You understand? But you got to understand, when you discipline yourself and you focus on your goals and you don't allow anybody that's going to come in and intrude on that, you don't allow any flight risk. Let me tell you something, the reward is worth it. Having peace of mind is worth it. You know, finding pleasure in just having simple things. That's what a lot of people really need to do. Stop trying to be seen. That slave master did a good job in making you men, especially you melanated men. That slave master, he did a good job in making you place your value in material possessions to the point where you gotta show what you got going on. You gotta tell people who you are. You gotta constantly seek validation. You gotta constantly defend yourself. On social media, you gotta constantly tell people what's up and what's going on. Listen, that's insecurity. The slave master beat that in you. Because you don't feel like a man unless you got certain things. Unless you can show certain things. The slave master did that to you, man. Real talk. The industry don't sell somebody said the industry soul selling contracts come with death date. Exactly. They all got an expiration date. That's why, to a degree, I don't feel sorry for them. And I also don't feel sorry for a lot of people who get fervent warning after warning after warning about individuals and about, you know, certain people in their circle, and they end up falling victim to that person. You can't feel sorry about that. But you're right. They all got an expiration date. They don't never just walk away, live happily ever after, retire, and, you know, continue pushing. These rappers don't never die of old age. Even Jam Master Jay caught 2 in the head. Why is it these rappers ain't never dying of old age? What's going on with that? It's demonic, man. And y'all want to, hey, listen, keep on feeding into that wicked ass music. You're going to go right with these rappers. Thumb the video up. We need 1,000 likes in the building. What are we doing here? Y'all don't like positive messages on here. Is that what it is? Let me know. Somebody said PNB Rock said it out of his own mouth. Somebody said every morning, oh, that one went away. It says the Illuminati trying me every month, offering me $5 million for my chosen one's abilities. Wow. Somebody says my dad set me up to be sacrificed. He sold his soul. See, man, you got people talking about this in their everyday life. You know, we talking about this on a grand scale. We're not just talking about the industry, man. There's people out here that are conniving on a daily basis. You got to be careful of those Freemasonic family members that you got going on. You got to be careful of those family members that practice occultism. Yeah. Be careful of those family members that practice the New Age philosophies, because those people harness souls too. Those people go after the spirit. Those people go after the soul. That's why I tell you, it's one God, one truth, and one way, man. We in spiritual warfare right now. They letting criminals on the streets. They letting foul birds into the environment. I told y'all about that. They set up there and they're genetically splicing birds. And you know what it said in Revelations? You know what it said in Revelations? That Babylon would be the home of every foul bird. That's Revelations chapter 18. And lo and behold, they polluting all the birds and sending them out to the wildlife. Sent 700 out there, genetically splicing and engineering them. And if you notice, you've seen less and less birds in the sky. Y'all notice that? You see less and less birds in the sky over the last few decades. You don't see regular birds like that. I'm telling you, it's a conspiracy. And now on top of that, y'all want to start releasing criminals who are hardened criminals. We talking about murderers, rapists, drug dealers, and killers. Y'all want to start releasing them into the cities? You can't tell me that this ain't being done purpose. You can't tell me that Satan ain't making his move. And that's why I'm warning the people, blowing the shofar, telling you, listen, move in silence. Don't tell nobody what you got going on. Because you got individuals out here who are snakes ready to line you up for little to nothing. It seems like the streets is becoming a penitentiary. The streets is becoming a penitentiary, man. Don't give these broads your room key. You meeting them at hotels, don't give them your room key, fellas. Because guess what? There's going to come a time in these cities there's going to be no consequences for the actions of these individuals. There'll be no consequences. Don't tell nobody what you got going on. Don't tell nobody what business moves you making. Don't tell nobody how much money you making. Because I can assure you that I can assure you, when you rocking some jewelry, this is how insecure a lot of brothers are. You go out on a date, you rocking some jewelry. Some of y'all brothers telling these ladies how much you got on your neck, just to floss. Yeah, baby, I got 200 on my neck. Yeah, 500 on my feet. Yeah, baby, I got, you know what I'm saying? Huh. Hey, look, 4 bandos on my wrists. And you doing all of that, right? And you know what she doing? She in her phone texting. I don't even know why y'all let y'all women bring phones to the date. That phone's supposed to be locked in the car door. Listen, that phone is supposed to be locked in the car when you're on a date. When you say, if you taking your woman on a date, y'all supposed to be like this, eye to eye. You have your phone case of emergency, but her phone's supposed to be left in that glove box. Because you got some of these women, oh yeah, he got this on his neck, okay. She's sitting there texting. You don't know who she texting? You don't know who she texting. I said at the beginning of the summer that this summer was going to be saucy. When I said it, guess what? Kevin Samuels departed in a very questionable manner, right? It was an unknown lady in his background. A man that looked to be in good health. When the summer started, I told y'all I was gonna be saucy. In New York City, you had a honey trap. Right after Meg Thee Stallion and Lupa Diaz song came out, you had a honey trap, kidnap a man, had him drenched in gasoline, tortured him for days, and had, extorted his family and all of that. People been getting lined up left and right since I told y'all that. Because the Most High, he does nothing on this planet, save he revealeth into his teachers first, man. I told you, I felt it in the air. Like, there's something that happened in the spirit realm where the witches have came out, and they are so harnessing right now. The new ages, the witches, all them little Jezebels, all them tarot card readers, crystal ball playing with psychic, demonic, yoni steam getting women is out here. And listen, and they seducting you brothers. They're seducting you brothers. They trying to get to the bag. They don't care about your life. They trying to get to that bag, man. Y'all brothers got to understand, the modern woman don't give a damn about you brothers. They don't care. The Lord is giving us grace to get ourselves right as men. And all the damage that we done in the part, in the role that we played in all of this, it's time for us to repent, because we all are guilty. But it's time for us to repent as men of Yah, men of truth. It's time for us to cleanse. It's time for us to lead. We got grace, brothers. But we got to move wise out here. Sisters, you got to move wise. You ladies can't be like dogs going back to your own vomit. And what I mean by that is, stop dealing with your Pookie and Ray Rays. Stop dealing with your Pookies and your Ray Rays. Get you a man of Yah. Get you a man of substance. Don't get you an insecure man that has no depth. He only leading with his pockets, because guess what? He a danger to you too. Because when austerity measures hit and the city is full of hell, guess what? That man ain't wise enough to protect you. He rather put a green light on himself. A man is supposed to protect his family, bro. You ladies got to get with a man who understands how the streets work, who know how to maneuver out here. If that brother don't know the inner workings of how the streets work, then you don't need to be around him. I'm telling you. Every man got to know what's going on in this day and age. It ain't no joke. Don't trust nobody, move in silence. You only trust people with the information that you know you can trust them with. And what I mean by that is, if your lady weighs 130 pounds, right? If your lady weighs 130 pounds and you going hang gliding, or not hang gliding, you going mountain climbing, you know that she can't be the one that pull you up off that mountain if you slip and fall, right? So what I mean by is information, the patterns people show. You can't trust everybody with everything. Some people have to show and prove. And actions speak louder than words, man. A person's actions speak louder than words, man. Man, just move different out here. It is what it is. We almost got 1,600 people in the building, man, and we can't get 1,000 likes. I mean, listen, I know y'all new, some of y'all new to the platform. I got a lot of new subscribers. Let me tell you something like this. On this channel over here, if you don't hit the thumbs up button, I be shutting streams down before it's time, and I be putting people on hold, all right? So, do a favor, show some respect for the content, and get the likes up. That's all I'm saying. We should get that 1,000 easy. Somebody said, you the truth, Yah is with you. Thank you, brother, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a bunch of agents out there, witches, damn Masons, and then you got agencies that you got to deal with too. Y'all got to be careful with your banking information. Be careful with your email address. Pay attention to everything, because the devil is desperate out here, man. Be careful with your Instagram account. Make sure that you turn that location off. Listen, turn the location off your Instagram. Turn it on off. Yep. Somebody said, yeah, they on demon time. Real talk. Yeah, they getting ready for a cashless society, man. And that's what's going on right now. So, you got to move wise out here. It's time to get land. It's time to get with people who know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? But man, I love each and every one of y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for coming through and supporting the work. Man, we got more content coming. Tomorrow night, I'm gonna go over there on I Am Fit Podcast and join Elder Gabar for a discussion. If y'all like to see that, go to I Am Fit Podcast and subscribe. Thank you for the $20 contribution. I think your name is The Narrow Way. The Narrow Way, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Go support that content, support that brother. I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all for supporting, man. Newbreed.love, follow me there as well. We're gonna have we having a lot of updates right now on the platform. So later on, I'm gonna tap in with y'all and let y'all know some of those updates. I'm gonna let y'all know some of the updates, some really good things going on over there. First and foremost, with Newbreed.love, ladies and gentlemen, we have gone digital, but you can still order more than one love note. All right, because it's been a little bit of a trend of people since we went digital, they only ordering one at a time. Brothers and sisters, you can get more than one love note and you can still use them. All right, so I just wanted to put that out there. You can get more than one love note. You just get you'll get different CV codes. And shout out to Jamie Rios. Shout out to Lon Diamond. Shout out to there's a few brothers, man. I'm gonna start shouting y'all out, the top supporters on Newbreed.love. I'm gonna start supporting y'all, shouting y'all out on every stream. So yeah, I mean, I thank y'all for y'all support. But peace and blessings to everybody. Y'all have a good one. Shalom and peace.